Hello and howdy. This is Sheila. Welcome to the Painted Pig Studio. Thank you all for your lovely thoughts, lovely comments, on the rose. She is in my Etsy store, and I'm going to have to come back in and put the pictures of the ephemera and such as that I'm enclosing. Okay. Now, this is hump day here in Alabama. It's bright and sunny and hot. It's a sauna. So, what I've got for you today is just a little, hopefully, quick video. Okay. What I was saying was, before I started all the and up and up and up, my husband this weekend got a little crafty himself, Mr. Barry did, and used one of those, I believe it's one of those shelf, metal shelf things, ledge thing, and attached it to my wall because I had moved my desk away from any kind of shelf to attach my camera boom to. And so he has permanently mounted it with one of those in a block of wood. It just made me happy. So thank you, Bear. I appreciate it so much. And I'll insert a little picture if I can remember. And also, real quickly, I went to Michael's yesterday, and on clearance, I got this Light magnifier for $10, originally $29.99, so I scored good there. And I actually was able to fussy cut these lovely, lovely butterflies. I see the mail carrier out there, and I see a package going in my mailbox. Yay! Okay, so these lovely butterfly digitals are from Cotton and Twig, Texas. I believe I've been calling them Cotton and Twill for some reason, but it's Cotton and Twig, Texas, TX. And I will put them in the description box below. But I actually did this fussy cutting with these humongous Tim Holtz scissors. It was easier. Thank you, G. Kerr. It was. So, these are just the green, but aren't they pretty? Look, they've got florals on them. I can't wait to use these. And also, you know I couldn't resist this. Little glass beads that look like pigs. So, it's too late for the rose, but you got to know there's going to be another pink journal in my future somewhere. Pig themed, possibly. Maybe we have solved that mystery. Okay. So, Joshua Inked Edge is a subscriber. Thank you so much, Joshua, for your kind comments. Suggested, in answer to my question about what I should do next, he thinks I should do Tim Holtz lap book in teal. Something like, with a botanical theme. I love it. Thank you, Joshua. I love it. And you know what? It sounds like a huge challenge, but I just may do it. So, time's a ticking. Clock's a ticking, time's a wasting. I thought, I was watching Edith Ray. You guys know I watch her Scrapbooking With Me. And it's her YouTube channel, scrapbookingwithme.com is her blog and store online. And she did these, she used these junk mail envelopes to make, and I meant to look back, but I think she called it a hidden pocket flip, something to that effect. But this is almost, this is pretty much what she did. She cut down the envelope, and maybe not quite as much as I did, but she cut some off the end. Now, she completely covered them. She did not leave a window. I left a window here. She used washi tape at the top. I used a little piece of fabric and stitched it. And then you have it open on the sides here. I however which side you want. And see, I left the little window and did a little fussy cutting around this. But whenever you put something in there, because I glued what's inside there to the back, whatever you put inside there is going to show. But this is just a mock-up, just to remind me. It's not going in any journal because I'm not doing a journal at the moment. I haven't started one except for the beginner one. So, and other difference is I put little magnets in the bottom of mine. So when they fit over the page, they're actually held by magnets. So that's one variation on that. Another variation of on that was to bring the one side to a point. And this, in actual fact, I've got a ton of these envelopes here. These number 10 grayish envelopes, a ton. And that's going to be too long to go in there, so cut some off. Don't need it all. And I'm gonna, let's see, that's gonna be, don't get your head in there, Sheila. 6, so that's gonna be approximately 7 inches, so that would be 3.5, 3.5. No, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll go ahead and fold it. I'm just folding it in half, but we'll probably change that. Okay, and I'm just cutting all this part off. Don't need it. Okay, so now I have the I have this, and so at one end, and I think I even measured to make sure I got in the middle, and which you can absolutely do. I'm going to try to get that to a point, and I did not. Okay, let's see if that's got it. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Well, I should have done it the other way. No, it's okay. I don't know what I got on my... Oh, cherry juice, blueberry juice. I just had breakfast. Sorry. So, I'm going to go in there with some scissors, and I'm going to attempt to cut this inside part off, just because it's going to be too thick otherwise. Okay, and it's a little bit trickier on this side, but you can do it. And then over there, and then, and I'm just doing a very quick job right here. Okay, so cut that excess off. Okay, so this is what you're left with. Now, if you've got a sheet of paper, I'm not going to use this. This is a digital, actually, that I did. But you could, in effect, wrap it around like that. Got me? Or you could glue it front and back. Actually, I don't think I've got any scraps handy to do that. I'm going to have to print out, go through my scrapbook paper and go through my digitals and print out some paper. Is what I'm going to have to do. Okay, now you can decide how long you want it, and that apparently is how long I decided I wanted it. And so, glue my paper, and then I came back and brought it to a point like this, okay? And so there it is, folded like that. And then I went ahead and cut the notch, both sides, just left the whole thing as a notch, so it will fit onto your journal. Well, actually, it will fit like this because the opening is going to be on the other side. So, this is what you would see. And then on this side, it's got a little opening right there as well for you to tuck something. And then the larger opening here. And in actual fact, there's no reason why you couldn't just fasten that to a page. Put a little something in here if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to make it go over the page. And then I took a little dictionary paper and made a little pointy bottom pocket right there with a scalloped notch. And then just glued a bow on. And of course I distressed it on the outside. Okay, the third and final one I have to show you is another one of those envelopes like this. Now this was a bit of a fail. So what I'm thinking is that what you might actually want to do after you've opened your envelope up, and after you've and you can go ahead and open it all the way up if you wanted to make it a bit easier. So, on this side, well, it wouldn't really matter, but most likely it would be this side. I'll fold it this way. Actually, let me just get another one. Well, no, that's not cut down. Okay, we'll just stick with this one, because I can go through the motions and show you. So what I would do, now this is a big honking 2-inch punch, but I think it would work. If it was thicker paper, it would punch much better. Yeah, you would have some room there. I'm thinking this because it is a fail because this is so small and it's so low. So it would be better if it were up here, which you could do with your craft knife. Or if you have a die cut machine, you could, and some square die cuts or any shape die cuts, you could do that. So I think that's probably what I would do. I would just open my envelope all the way up and place my die cut where I wanted it on either side, okay? And then, and this is after I've laid my paper, after I have covered it with the desired paper. I think it works as well just to fold it, because you could put a paper clip, you could put a paper clip there, or it would probably stay just like that. If I come up with something else, I will let you know. So after you got your die cut positioned where you wanted it, then you would place your sheet of acetate or packaging, whatever, whichever one you were using. Okay, we'll use our imagination. It's a square up here, and it's got acetate on it. Okay, then whatever you want in your specimen, because there's pretty much like specimen cards, you would lay down over the acetate, and then whatever you're backing it with, you would lay over that and glue. Your acetate is glued down, then your item doesn't have to be, or you can glue it to your backing, and then place your backing over the acetate and glue that down. so that what you're seeing from the front is your specimen. And you can still place items in the pockets that will not show through your film in your window. Does that make sense? I hope so. And then in the 9 minutes I've got left, I do have a little bit of paper, I think. Let me see. Because I saw the cutest thing this morning, and I was like, well, yes. Why have you not done that, Sheila? There's a little piece. That might be big enough. That might be big enough. That might be big enough. Okay. And I'm not sure of the quantity, but I'm just going to guess. And I'm going to use the same punch. And I think, and I could use a larger one now, definitely, and probably would use my circular die cut on this. But this comes from excuse me, Hazy Crazy Artz, and she's one of the last ones I've linked down below. And this is a really cool idea. And now you're going to have to imagine that it's larger circles, because I think it would work better with larger circles. Okay, so you say this is your journal page. So what she did was she glued the sides of her first circle up here. Then she didn't glue the bottom, and I don't think you'd have to. And so the next one, she glued the sides, and she glued it, we'll just guess at about that far down. I about should just lay them out so I'll know. And let's see, we said one more. We got one more. Yeah, we got one. And it would depend on how long your journal page was. Okay. So you would glue the sides of each one, and then what you would have is little stacked pockets along the edge of that page. Is that not cute? Congrats, you wild thing, Hazy Crazy Artz. And she is a little bit just kind of like me. She talks in different voices too. So there you go. That's a nod to Hazy Crazy Artz. And I have not figured out a different interpretation of that yet, but just may do. Like, for instance, this bottom one could be another window. You could do another little specimen here. You could possibly punch holes and lace them with fabric. Not fabric, but with ribbon. So that's another possibility. See, I'm coming up with stuff just thinking. And that's how I get inspiration. I look at something, someone, and it takes, you have to have your mojo going, and sometimes, granted, it does not. It's not working. But if your mojo's working, sometimes you can look at your supplies, or you can look at something someone else does, and all of a sudden, you're thinking about how you can change it. It's kind of like a recipe. They say if you change, what is it? 2 ingredients in a, I'm not sure. But if you change enough ingredients, 1 or 2 ingredients in a recipe, you make it yours. So, same deal here. All right. Well, there we go. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And just know that I'm going to be I'm having to really think about this beginner journal series, because when you go back to not having anything, you can't think like, well, I can just use my die cut and do a circle. No, You're talking to people who don't have die cuts, who are just exploring the idea of doing junk journals with what they have on hand. And in the end, it will be a true junk journal. But I'm just having to think about it really carefully. And it does require some thought. So I will get one of those done as soon as I can. But for now, we'll just go with this. And oh, look at these butterflies. Ooh, that would be pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'm just gonna leave it free. And put it in my, I don't have a scrapbook or idea book, but I do have an idea box. So I will have to put that in there. Isn't that one cute? Good job, Cotton and Twig. I love these butterflies. I love them. Okay, guys, have a great rest of the week. I'm going to get this uploaded as soon as I can, and hopefully it won't take 2 days like the last one. So you guys take care, stay well. Hugs and kisses until next time. Bye-bye.